minutes. Hopefully you can hear me over the heater in my car. It is very cold, and I don't know if you can tell, but my glasses are still foggy. So I have a few minutes before I absolutely have to leave for work. I just didn't want to go clear across the parking lot back to my place in my snowy shoes. So I'm just sitting in my car, and I figured I would start a new vlog because I totally dropped the ball on vlogging last week. So I started a vlog. I had it, I had it going, and then I had Friday through Monday off, and I just forgot that I was vlogging. So, and I even did things, and I still I didn't do any video or anything like that. So I just decided I'm going to start over again, and we'll see how this one goes. So, as I kind of suspected, I'm not going to be doing a vlog every week in 2026 because I've already failed. So my face looks really shiny, but it's because I have a bunch of lotion on my face because it's very dry in Western PA right now. So I apologize. It was, I think, 9 degrees this morning when I woke up. 3 degrees. No, it was 3 degrees this morning when I woke up, and it was a feels like temperature of -11. So, but then I saw somewhere where it's supposed to go up to 40 degrees today. I don't know what Western PA is doing right now, but it needs to do one or the other because I'm gonna get sick if it keeps doing this fluctuation thing. But anyway, let's just talk about what I am reading this week, my plans. I have been reading The Warden by Anthony Trollope with a group on Voxer, and I'm going to try to finish that today. I think we're supposed to finish it today, actually, but I was kind of behind and didn't really read it at all over my long weekend. So I'm going to try to listen to that today. But I also have to catch up with my friend Joe. We are reading Aurora Floyd by Mary Elizabeth Braddon, and I again got caught up in housework yesterday and didn't listen to the chapters for yesterday. So we're fluid with this buddy read, as per usual. There's a lot of times that either I or Joe don't get the books or the chapters read every day, so it's no big deal, but I would like to try to at least keep up somewhat with the schedule. So I'm going to try to listen to that today too, so hopefully it's quiet in my office today that I can listen to some audiobooks. We'll see. But okay, see this little space in my eyeball right now? I'm sorry if that's distracting. It's distracting me too. I don't know. But oh, there's one more book that I am actively listening to at the moment, or no, reading physically with my eyeballs, and that is I Don't Have Enough Faith to Be an Atheist by Frank Turek and Norman Geisler, and I'm reading that for my DIY theology project this year. It's been slow goings for me just because I am reading it with my eyeballs, and right now it is very sciencey. I didn't really expect that. I mean, I'm glad that it is because, it's supposed to be apologetics, evidence for things that we as Christians believe. So I'm glad that it's sciencey, but it takes a lot for me to even get 10 pages read per day, because it's just very brainy, and I have problems with that sometimes. So anyway, I better get on to work now that I can mostly see out of my glasses, and I will talk to you hopefully tonight. Okay, bye. Hello. It is now Wednesday morning, and I'm trying to get some stitching in because I have choir tonight, so I probably won't be able to do that during work today or in the evening. I'm usually kind of tired by the time I get done with choir. So this is Western Meadow Lark by Lindy Stitches, and I still don't know if I'm going to get it done by the end of the month, but I am pushing along with it. I'm working obviously on this big log, so it's kind of boring stitching, but you know, you just got to get it done.
That's max out, nothing super light burnout, but we're going more for a time under tension. Then we're going to add a pause rep.
So I wanted to do a little flip of my little crafty project that I did the other day. This is my Charlotte Mason method of memorizing scripture. And I had used it a lot a few years ago. I found a video online about it, and then Lindsay from Find Wondrous Things, who I have a description, a subscription to her prayer journal printables, also talked about it, and she put out these dividers that go through the different, or go through the plan. So I had these in a box, which is the way you're supposed to do it, honestly. But I am on the go so much. I work in an office. I spend time over at my parents' house. I'm just gone a lot from my house. So the box wasn't really working so great for me, because I just, if it's not with me all the time, then I don't remember to do it. So, but the idea is you have, let me see if I can do this without making too much noise, because these discs are very noisy. But anyway, I punched all of these and put them on these giant discs. These are too big, really, but these are what I had. So, but you go through, you put your scripture cards, which these are from Lindsay at Find Wondrous Things too, for this year. You put your scripture cards that are helping you memorize them on the first day, on daily. And you do, let's see, it's hard to, there we go. So then for as long as it takes you to memorize that particular verse, you have it in your daily section and you look at it daily. So then once I memorize this one, I can put it into an odd or an even day of the week. And then after I kind of finish that, then I put it on just a specific day of the week that I can either Sunday, Monday through Friday, or through Sunday through Saturday. And then from there, I put it on a day of the month. And I just will pull it out on the 1st and review it. So I have not really done this long enough to fill up those monthly ones yet, but I do really like this method because it kind of moves you through a lot. But then, at some point, presumably you're doing multiple scriptures per day, and you're going through them every day. So this is my first one, and I just looked at it today, so don't be too impressed if I get this correct. But this is the first letter of each word in that passage, and it is to put off your old self, which belongs to your former manner of life and is corrupt through deceitful desires. So that's what that is, and then it is on the back, so you can check your work. So I already have the rest of the verses for the month here, but I haven't actually started doing those yet. So yeah, so that is my little Charlotte Mason disc binder system. We'll see how soon I get really annoyed with these big discs and change them out, but for now, they'll work. Good morning, friends. It is now Thursday, the 22nd of January. Does that sound right? Yes. And I just wanted to kind of give you a little update on a couple of things. On the Bible study front, I actually finished my Revelation study by the Daily Grace Co. yesterday. And I wasn't supposed to, I guess. I mean, I've been working on this for way longer than 8 weeks, because this study has 5 days a week for 8 weeks. But I was either not working on it consistently or I was taking a lot of notes. So I didn't like just do every day in one day kind of a thing. So it was taking me way longer. I think I started this, maybe in probably November. It's been a long time coming, but I had like technically 4 days left yesterday. And it was actually a really quiet morning at work. And I always take it to work in like the hopes that I'll get some Bible study time. And so I was like, I'm just gonna do as much as I can. So I got like 2 or 3 days done. And then I just had like 1 day done. So I'm like, or 1 day left. And I was just like, I'm gonna do it. So finally this big chunky thing is done. I did not write in this book at all. And let me show you if you're at all interested. But let's see. It has, after every day, it has 3 application questions. I did not do those this time around. Honestly, I didn't even read them. I just wanted the information, and each day in this is usually like 2.5 pages of double column information. So there's a lot of information on each chapter, and each chapter even is broken apart usually, unless it was like a short chapter, then they did it all in one day. But yeah, there was a lot of information in this. I've heard people say that the Daily Grace Co. studies are not super deep. And I don't understand that. Maybe I am not super deep. I don't know. But I felt like at least this one had a lot of really good information in it. I mean, Revelation is a hard book. And I feel like I would benefit probably from other studies too, because there's just so much, and there's so much interpretation with it, that, this book tried to give you an overview of a lot of different interpretations, like a lot of different schools of thought on some of the visions and things that are in this book. But, obviously, if they talked about everything in depth, it would be a ginormous year-long study. I definitely think this went just in depth enough for me for at least a first study of Revelation. Because actually, why I was taking so long initially was I was trying to take the notes on from the actual study, and then I was also going to different commentaries and getting their notes on things, and it was just getting to be too much. So at some point I said, I'm just going to focus on the notes from this study, and then at some point hopefully in the near future, I'll pick one other commentary on Revelation and read through what they have to say. And then I know there's also a Revelation study from Jen Wilkin that a lot of people talk about really liking, and they compare it to the Daily Grace Co. study sometimes, and they think it goes really in depth. So I might actually get that one too and go through that one eventually, but I don't think like right away. I think I would prefer to move on for a while from Revelation and maybe come back to that. Maybe I'll do Revelation at the beginning of every year Who knows? I don't know. That's not going to be a hard and fast rule. I'm just talking. So we'll see. I don't know. But talking about moving on, I got another Daily Grace Co study recently, and this is their Lent study called Clinging to the Cross. It just came out. It is even chunkier than the Revelation study. Oh gosh, I don't know if it's because they have started spiral binding their stuff, but it seems like the last, well, this one, Revelation, and this one are the first of the spiral bound ones that I have gotten, and they're both huge. So I don't know if that's going to be indicative of their studies moving forward, but I mean, probably not. It's probably just the content of these studies. But this is for Lent, if I didn't say that. Yeah, I think I did. This is for Lent. So Lent is 40 days. And I looked in the table of contents of this one, and there are 40 days worth of information. So I was a little intimidated when I first opened it up. But I think this will be good because it's not a book study, it's a topic study. So I don't think that I'll be taking as in-depth of notes, and I'll be reading it a little bit more of as like a Lent devotional type of a thing. So I think it'll be a little bit easier to hopefully move through within the 40 days. That's, that's the thought process. So I'm just going to be using it as Lent reading. And let me know, because my friend Alicia from Adventures of Stitching did this with her Advent study from Daily Grace Co. When she was doing Flossmas this year. But when she came on every day, if there was something in the study that really stood out to her, she would, read it and talk about it a little bit in her daily vlogs. Now, obviously, I don't daily vlog. Sometimes I don't even weekly vlog. But let me know if during Lent, if you would like me to, in my vlogs, do that. And it would kind of be an accountability thing for me too, to know that I'm actually doing it every day. But I could maybe pick out a little section and read it to you if it's something that really spoke to me. Obviously, I don't want to read all the content to you because, obviously it's a book that's for sale. They want you to buy it yourself. And speaking of that, I will leave a link to Daily Grace Co. if you are interested in looking at their studies. They're beautiful. and to me, they go perfectly, the perfect amount of deepness for me. I don't really know what else to compare it to, but I really do enjoy the content of all the book studies I've done so far. This might be my first topic study by them. I don't know. But yeah, let me know if you'd be interested in me kind of walking through my experience going through this book during the 40 days of Lent. That might be an interesting way to do a vlog. I don't know. Well, let me know. So, yeah, it's already been almost 10 minutes of me talking. So that's really all I have to talk about at the moment. I still need to try to finish The Warden that I was reading with a group and kind of slacked off on the last few chapters. So I still need to get through that. So maybe if it's quiet today, I'll do that. And I'm still keeping up with my buddy read with Joe of Aurora Floyd. And I'm still very slowly physically reading through I Don't Have Enough Faith to Be an Atheist. But I'm not super far into that, but I'm almost 100 pages into it. So it's moving along. So, all right, I am going to go to work, and I will talk to you when I have something else to say. All right, bye. Okay, I don't have my gloves on right now, so I'm not staying out here very long. But this is the aftermath. I don't know if you can tell. That's quite a lot of snow. I think we got 18 inches by the time the storm was done. This is my path, so you can kind of tell better how much snow is piled up on the side. There's just nowhere to put it. Well, hello. It is now the 28th of January on a Wednesday. And I think this might be my last clip of this vlog. It's awkwardly placed in the middle of the week, and it's kind of like a week and a half long vlog. But this has been a weird couple of weeks, and I'm just like, my brain is a little off kilter, so I was like, maybe I'll just end it here for the month, and maybe film a floss tube update after this, and maybe like a reading, a real, like a solid reading wrap up, in case people don't like to watch vlogs. But I figured I've probably finished everything that I'm gonna finish this month. There might be one more thing that I'll probably finish before the end of the month, but potentially like the beginning of February, so I can throw it on a wrap up if I actually do finish it after I post this vlog. But anyway, let's talk about them before this clip gets too long. I finished The Warden by Anthony Trollope. I was reading that with a group on Voxer, and it was I loved it. It was very good. It made me want to read the rest of the series. I a long time ago had read Can You Forgive Her, I believe, which I probably shouldn't have just read as a standalone. I don't think I realized it was a part of a series when I read it. And I guess you can do that, but there were just some characters and things that I think were kind of discussed as if you should know who they are, or situations and whatnot. So I just don't really remember a whole lot about it. Anyway, this book followed Reverend Harding, and he is the warden of a hospital. And there has been controversy over a will that was left by, I believe it was like the founder of the hospital, and the warden has been receiving income that people believe he doesn't deserve. Basically based off of the will of the founder or something. Somehow that, money is involved, basically, and people are saying that they deserve what he has, which, age-old story. Everybody wants what they can't have. So it's just a very heartwarming, heartbreaking story, and it really made you feel for him. And I feel like there was a lot of depth of character in all of the characters. I felt like they were all really well developed, and like nobody was like completely evil. Like I could see the thought processes of the people, even if I didn't like them. I was like, well, I can see why they maybe feel this way. I don't agree with them, but I can see why they do. So I really enjoyed that one. I think I might have given it 5 stars. I think so. 4 or 5 stars. So then I also finished Knowledge of the Holy by A.W. Tozer. This one I feel like it would benefit from a second read for me, and I probably will read it. I liked it enough that I would reread it, but I was reading this with my friend Amy from Renewing Stitches, and she reads this every year at the beginning of the year. I might try to do that too. And I got a Kindle version and then had text to speech read it to me, and sometimes that's great. sometimes it doesn't really resonate with me. And I think that was one of those things for me, at least in the beginning. I feel like once I kind of realized that I wasn't really retaining what it was saying to me as much. And I think part of that is Tozer's language is a little bit more refined and old school. So sometimes that's a little, and it's more like highbrow, sort of. So it was not really resonating with me in the Kindle Kindle speak. um, so, but once I realized that, I made sure that when I was listening to it, I wasn't really doing anything else that took my brain power at all, and that I could just focus on it, and it helped a lot more. And I enjoyed probably the second half way better than the first, and but I think it would benefit from me like actually reading it with my eyeballs next time, which I think I will do, and maybe just take it slower and just that way I think I would get a lot more out of it. It was basically talking about the attributes of God and kind of explaining God and how we should reverence him, you know, through his attributes and things like that. So it was a good, very insightful book. And Tozer, obviously, I mean, if you've been in the Christian community for a while, you've probably heard of A.W. Tozer, so he knows his stuff. So yeah, I really enjoyed that one. I just feel like maybe I did it a disservice by the way I read it, because I feel like it didn't really penetrate my brain as much as it should have. So those are the two things that I finished since I last talked to you about books. I'm still reading Aurora Floyd by Mary Elizabeth Braddon with my friend Joe. I think she told me yesterday, we have 3 more check-ins. One is tonight, which I have not read the chapters yet, so I need to do that so that I can message her. We have 3 more check-ins, so if we do those for the next 3 days, I will have that one done by January as well, by the end of January as well. But there have been days where we've been like, I've been really busy and I haven't had a chance to read, so I'll check in, later. So it might take us longer. So that's why I'm like, I'll just put up this vlog tonight and go from there. So Aurora Floyd. Oh, and I'm still reading very slowly. I Don't Have Enough Faith to Be an Atheist by Frank Turek and Norman Geisler. That is going really well. It's still very sciencey. I'm on chapter 5, where they're discussing life and like the first life and like the amoeba, and how the atheists say that it just happened. And and there was no intelligent design, and of course Christians say there is intelligent design, that kind of thing. So it's all very sciencey. So I am glad that I got the audiobook too, and I'm just kind of listening and reading at the same time. It keeps me a little bit more focused, and I can still underline and highlight and all that stuff, but I don't have to like rely so heavily on my my reading comprehension, I guess is how I want to put that. So yeah, still trucking along with all the reading and feeling okay about it. I did not make an official February TBR other than I'm going to read Susie, which is about Charles Spurgeon's wife. I'm going to read Susie with my friend Mitzi from Mitzi Reads and Writes, and I don't know when we're starting that. I have to talk to Mitzi about that, but I'm excited for that. I also need to actually buy it. I have not bought that book yet, so I probably should get on that. um, but yeah, I'm excited for that one. But that's really, well, and then whatever Joe and I are going to read next. I think next month is going to be a Margaret Oliphant book because we're still kind of flip-flopping those two authors every month. So but I don't remember what it is we are reading. So, but that's only 2 books. So I think if I keep it kind of simple in February, and February is a short month, if I keep it simple and, just keep reading, I don't have enough faith to be an atheist, and I'll finish that eventually. And then you can't see it. Maybe I'll pop a picture in, but I have like all my little apologetics and study books on my mantle over here. And they're just ready for me to pick up the next one, but I don't want to do like too many at one time. So, yeah, that's what I got planned. Not a whole lot. So if you saw my last clip, which obviously if you're watching this vlog, you did, we got 18 inches of snow in that big snowstorm over the weekend. I got to work from home 2 days after that happened, which is good because the roads were apparently kind of a mess, or very much a mess, Sunday into at least Monday. I probably could have gone to work Tuesday, but they preemptively had told me to work from home Monday and Tuesday, probably assuming it would still be a disaster. So, I wasn't gonna tell them I wanted to come to work. I wanted to work from home in my PJs. So I did that. But yeah, other than a whole bunch of snow and, oh, church also got canceled, which I was very glad about because I was supposed to sing in the choir on Sunday and did not really want to feel bad if I didn't go because I only live 10 minutes from church, but I was like, I really don't want to do that. So I was glad that they just decided to cancel. But other than all the closures and the really cold temperatures, it's like been negative something for Fahrenheit for pretty much ever since Saturday. But other than that, we were fine. I think the news said that nobody in my area had lost power, so that was good. We got some ice too, but nothing. We've had worse as far as ice goes. So that wasn't too big of an issue. It was mostly the 18 to 20 inches of snow that we got within a 24-hour period, which is kind of crazy town. So, but yeah, I was lucky because, I live in a condo type situation that I have people that shovel and plow for me. So that wasn't really a big deal for me, thankfully. I know it was for a lot of other people. And in our downtown area, it's still very messy because there's really nowhere for anybody to park because it's all street parking. So, the plows and street plows and things can't really get to things and they just keep plowing in people's driveways if they have a driveway, or burying people's cars with all the snow. So people are constantly having to go out and shovel out their cars just to go to work and things like that. So it's a bit of a mess, but as far as accidents and power outages and things like that, at least in my town, could have been a lot worse. So I'm thankful for that. So and actually today was my first day back at the office, and at least the roads that I drive on were perfectly clear and fine. So I was happy about that. We had like mountains of snow, which I will pop in a couple pictures that I took on my way home. I was stopped. Don't think I was taking pictures while I was driving, but I took a couple pictures of the mounds of snow piled up in one of the shopping centers that I passed on my way home. But anyway, I am going to leave this here. I hope you all had a great January. And if you experienced that winter storm that I did, and the ice and all that stuff, I hope you are doing well and you didn't lose power and you still have heat and all that stuff, because it's been very, very cold. And I know definitely in the South, they are not built for this kind of thing. So, and I don't mean that to make fun of you. I'm saying, like, literally, your infrastructure is not built for this kind of thing. Ours at least is. We're sort of used to it. So so I don't think it's as crazy as it is other places. But so anyway, I hope you're having a good end of your January, and I will talk to you in some video that I will make at some point. All right, bye.